All right, hello, welcome traders. Hey, it is Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. Want to talk to you today about creating your own mechanical trading blueprint and how I use that. But let's take a look at how we're putting this into use. I'll show you what the portfolio is doing right now. We'll look at our portfolio, we'll take a quick look at stocks, but we're going to spend some time on some of the core features of why you should have a trading blueprint and a plan out there. I see too many people just don't have a plan. Constantly, they come into our service and, well, what do I do with these trades? And what am I? They just didn't have a plan. They're just shooting left and right out there. They're reading junk on Twitter or X. They're looking at YouTube videos. Some guy makes some money over here, and they change to that trade, and then they put on this trade. Have a trade plan that works cohesively together. Now we've got a course on this, which is really awesome. But that aside, I want to talk to you a little bit more about how you can put this together. So let's jump into the account first and foremost and take a look at how things are going. So I like to keep up with how my trading account is going, whether you like it or not, out there. I'm still just sharing how my trades are going every single time. All right, so Delta, we ended the day at 446 on Delta, which is really, really good. We're at 0.09% of net lick. Now, that's almost as low as we've been in quite some time. I did take a trade off today at the end of the day. Now, mechanically, it would say take the trade off, these naked puts off at 90%. I did take them off at 72% today of a win versus 90%. Why did I do that? Well, we got State of the Union coming up. Who knows what's going to happen, what's going to be said. And we got NVIDIA earnings tomorrow. I just thought instead of buying some protection and buying some puts, I could actually improve my portfolio structure a little bit more by just taking profits a little bit earlier. So instead of waiting for that extra $770 profit, okay, I just closed it now, removed a ton of risk, and that was way cheaper than buying $2,400 worth of puts or something at a 0.5% of my net lick, which I still may do something, but I certainly didn't mind alleviating some of that stress. So that being said, we're very delta neutral. You can see that we almost almost never get above 0.2%, and that's part of the trading plan, right? So I'm keeping myself just just ever so slightly positive, but really is delta neutral as you can get with just a little bit of a bullish tint because markets do go up, right? And then theta, well, removing that trade removed a bunch of theta today, but theta was a little high to begin with at about 0.56%. So it was in 0.6%, it was getting up there a bit. So I wanted to reduce the delta. I wanted to reduce the risk and then obviously reduce a little bit of theta, but not too bad. We did take some trades off today for a winner. I had another trade on that was an SPX put credit spread. It came out for a 50% winner over $1,000 in about 16 hours. So that came off as well. We had a bunch of zero DTE winners today as well. So all of those things really helped the account quite a bit. You can see we ran up about $4,000 over that, about $4,600 today on the net lick. So everything's just clicking along, going well. Knock on wood. Who knows what could happen out there? You can see that we're having a decent February. We're up about $2,600 here. Uh, and everything's just really going according to the trade plan. But let me again just focus a little bit lastly here on BP usage as well. BP usage has dropped. We're about 46%, which is under my 50-60% rule that I like to try to be at, but I'm a little cautious on the market here, so I think that's okay. We pulled off that $4,100 worth of realized gains. Today, we're up $20,000 in P&L for the month, which is 4.42%, which I'm already exceeded my 2 to 3% goal. So I felt that this was a good time and to maybe pull a little bit off uh, here as well. So managing the portfolio, not always just individual trades. Now, I do mechanically trade those trades, but I'm putting trades on that make sense with the entire portfolio as a whole. You can see here on the overall portfolio, We don't have a lot of we have a couple single stocks, some really small stuff, but we don't have a lot of that in here. We're heavy onto oil. We're bullish. We've got an at the money 113 up about 60%. We've got a Jade Lizard up about 14%. And then we just added a bull combo a couple days ago, which is pretty much flat, down 75 bucks, with oil down fractionally today. All right, we did take that ES trade off, so we've only got an old put debit spread hanging out here. We've got an at the money 113, another at the money 113, a BA 111, another at the money 113, and 120 days 6 delta naked put, which is getting close to coming off according to the trade plan. But when you look at these at the monies, okay, those have replaced a little bit of the 112Cs that I was doing. And instead of doing a 224 in those trades, I'm now doing a 113, which has also cut my risk down substantially. My Vega is about as low as it's been here, so I really feel pretty good. We added a strangle today on the Russell. We still have a gold income forming covered call. We've got a gold 112 that we just put on yesterday, and we're sitting on a Jade Lizard in gold right now. So those are all fine. Nothing to do with those, down just fractionally today. Strategy, fine. Had a decent day in strategy today. We've got the covered call going on the dynamic income put. Our Oscar trade, we did sell the 7 or the 11 naked puts on this thing. They're down fractionally. I think I would like to own that at 11. I don't own anything else in Oscar. Our Palantir trade is down about 1,300 bucks. It's only 60%. We sold the 80 puts. We're nowhere near that. And if we get to 80, I'll be happy to own that. QQQ, we've got a dynamic income naked put, a dynamic Portman covered call. Both of those running. Had a nice day today. Our SoFi trade's doing fine. We've actually got a long put, and then we sold uh, some calls out of the money calls just to generate some cash while we wait, with SoFi being in a downtrend. SPY, we've got the same thing as QQQ. We've got the dynamic income naked put. We've got the dynamic income Portman covered call, and then the Portman, and then the covered calls there. TLT, we're sitting here with a 23% gain on a strangle, and then UNH here with a naked put, which is all fine. All of this stuff working together, you can see we're up about $4,500 on the day, up about $70,000 on the year in this account. So that's pretty good. And our Vega, not too shabby here, just a little more than 1-to-1 with our theta. So that's uh, uh, that's all good for me. So let's talk about we don't even have to worry about what the market's doing when we're pretty much delta neutral. Let's talk about the mechanical trading blueprint for just a few minutes with you, and then we'll let you go with some ideas at the end here. But why do most traders fail? Well, most traders fail because they don't have a trading plan. They lack structure. Okay. Maybe if they oversized or what, yeah, it's because they didn't have a trading plan. Why'd you oversize? Because you didn't follow your trading plan. So most traders, they trade setups and not systems. They see a setup out there and they just throw it on, but they don't have a system. What works together? Most traders react to price, not the regime. What's the regime that we're in? Well, when I'm looking up at my charts right now on ES, kind of in a neutral to slightly bearish regime. You got the 8 below the 21. You got the stock below the 21. Are below the 50 RSI. Now we're close to the 21 day, so that's pretty neutral, and it's a bullish weekly, but the short term here, it's a little bit bearish to neutral. So what's the regime you're in? Trade regime you're in? Why are you putting on bullish trades in a neutral to slightly bearish regime? Because you're trading, oh, I'm trading the setup. It always works. Well, it does until it doesn't. Right? People size positions emotionally. Okay? You should be sizing according to your plan. Okay. Not because, oh, this thing's down, I'm going to load the boat. Okay? That's the dumbest thing you can do. Okay? People focus on profits and not the probabilities. What did I do today? Well, I did take off one of my trades a little bit early. Not because, okay, it hit my profit target, but because I wanted to dynamically take care of my entire portfolio. Okay? And I'm not just looking at profits first. I'm looking at what are the probabilities for my trades to win. And if you trade by the probabilities, you'll be in good shape. Okay? Most people also have no defined monthly income target. They're just trading. Okay. My trade plan is very specific of what I'm trying to make this month. I've already made it. Now it doesn't mean just go crawl in a hole. Okay. But now I can start to put a little bit more money to use, being a little bit more careful. And we're close to the end of the month anyway. But we're not going to make wholesale changes, but I hit my monthly income target. I know what I'm shooting for. Okay. And if you don't have a target, how do you know what you're shooting for? Okay. Most people have no mechanical income model. They're just willy-nilly doing trades, and most people don't treat trading like a business. And I think this is one of the key things here. Like, let's talk mindset. I want to talk structure. So let's talk about treating trading like a business. Okay. Every business has a revenue target or revenue goal. Okay. Well, if you don't, you're not treating trading like a business. Every business has risk controls. If you don't, you're not treating it like a business. Every business has capital allocation rules. How much capital are they going to put into investments and reallocating funds to invest in their own assets? Are you doing that? How? Do you have a written plan for that? Most every company has operating procedures. There's standard operating procedures for every department in a company. Every company has performance tracking. So are you doing all of these things? Do you have a target in your plan? Do you have risk controls defined in your plan? Are you putting down how you're allocating your capital amongst the different strategies? Do you have all the SOPs on how you're going to run each trade? Put it on, manage it, take it off. Are you tracking your portfolio? Are you tracking your performance? Are you finding out what's working and what's not working? Most traders have none of these things because you know what? You're treating it like a hobby if that's you. Okay. If trading is going to be a business, then your buying power is your inventory capacity. Okay. I don't want my inventory to be full. Okay? I want my inventories level to be down so that I can buy more and I can move quickly. Okay. You don't want to be stuck with a lot of old inventory. Okay. As a business. Okay. Your risk per trade is your operating cost control. Okay. How much are you going to risk per trade? I'm very specific on how much money I will risk per trade, and it is based upon regime. Okay. And then position sizing is basically like your capital budgeting. How much are you going to spend on those assets and how much you're expecting to get back? Okay. So I'm going to position size, and that's going to be my capital budget. Businesses can survive downturns because they can control exposure and they have a plan. So, what does a trading plan actually do for you? Number one, it's going to give you goals for the account. It's going to give you portfolio management guidelines. It's going to help set your risk limits. It's going to help set your position sizing rules. It's going to help you with your trade execution standards. Okay, so how do we operate? When do we put the trade on? When do we trade it off? What are the standards for each trade? And then finally, what are your exit rules? What's your profit? What's your stop loss? Okay, you've got to have those before you ever place any trade out there. You've got to have all of that in place. It's all about probabilities and strategy here. Okay, we don't have to win every trade. We're just going to consistently place trades, okay, so that we let the probabilities work out over time. Successful trading, unfortunately, is boring, it's structured, it's repetitive. Okay? If you're getting the adrenaline running, you're probably trading too big, you don't have a plan, and you're just throwing trades on. Okay? Your adrenaline shouldn't be, all hyped up. You should be able to just relax, turn off the computer, okay? Let your trades work. If not, and that's a stressful way to go, and you don't really sound like you have a plan to me. All right, so those are some of the things I think that separates really retail traders from professional traders is putting that plan together, making sure that you know exactly what you're going to be investing in next. Where are your assets? What assets are producing? What assets are not? Okay. If you've got employees in your business that aren't producing, they need to go. Okay. Or you need to make some adjustments to improve them. Same thing with your trades. If your trades aren't performing, they just need to go. Okay. Why sit there in an underperforming trade? This is where I hate rolling. Okay. And I know that people will give me slack for that. I hate rolling. Why? Okay. Because it's still booking a loss, number one. And two, you're putting on a trade in an asset that's already going the wrong way. Okay. Well, same thing with people in your business. If your employee's not working, why do you want to hang on to that employee? Or why would you want to get rid of that employee and replace them with someone who's not quite as good, hoping that they'll actually be better? Okay. Easiest thing to do is cut the fat. Get rid of the stuff that's not working. invest in what is working. Make sure you have a plan and a structure. All right, I hope this was helpful. If you found this video helpful, click the like button down below. I'd appreciate that. If you're not a subscriber, welcome. And if you're not in our Discord and you want to learn how to put that plan together, in the description down below, it'll tell you exactly how to get hooked up with us. Go to incomenavigator.com. Join now. Join us up. In fact, if you use the code KING, K-I-N-G, right now, you can get 50 bucks off the $150 monthly membership there. So for 100 bucks, you can get the trade plans, you can get the strategies, you can get the spreadsheets and the trackers, and B, you're going to get a boatload of knowledge, more knowledge than you can digest in a month or two. Okay? And you're going to be in a community of like-minded people who are doing fantastic things out there. All right. So if you want to get some success going, you need to have a mechanically put together trading structure. Okay. We'll see you guys later. Have a great one. Bye-bye.